I tried blocking it with my arm and my hand, and it kind of just slipped in and got my finger and my arm, and it like swooped around and got my leg again.
I've been in the water for a very long time. I've never seen a shark act like this. He wanted me. It was a scary event.
And just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water ahead of Memorial Day, two of the latest victims speaking out as back-to-back shark attacks in the Florida Keys are causing serious concern for residents. With beach season right around the corner, many people are wondering how they can protect themselves while enjoying their summer fun. Let's bring in Dr. Gavin Naylor. He is the director of the University of Florida's program for shark research. Dr. Naylor, it's good to talk to you. Let me just put up here 2 shark attacks in the last week, 3 in the month of May. The first one was May the 5th. A 22-year-old man was bitten spearfishing in Davis Reef in the Upper Keys. May 18th, a 20-year-old man was bitten spearfishing in Marathon Key. He was 70 feet down at the time. I think that was the fellow who was talking from his hospital room there. And then May 19th, a 35-year-old man bitten fishing off a dock in Summerlin Key. He caught the shark and had it on the dock, but the bite was bad enough that he had to be medevaced. Is this something nefarious going on, or is this just a typical season?
It's actually fairly typical. All 3 events are what we classify as provoked bites, where a provoked bite is where people indulge in activities that bring the sharks in and make the probability of being bitten higher. And spearfishing is a definite way to bring sharks into the area. You spear usually some kind of grouper or hogfish, and they wiggle on the spear. Those low frequency vibrations bring the animals in. They get excited, and they often try to steal the fish, or if they can't get the fish, they will go for the diver. And so spearfishing is one of the activities that really does increase the probability of being bitten by a shark. And the other one is when you fish for them and bring them up on deck, they're alarmed and frightened, and they want to get back in the water, and they don't have arms to move around. They'll just bite you. And so it's pretty frequent that fishermen get bitten by sharks when they've landed them on the decks or on boats.
Just in the screen beside you right now is some video of a fellow grabbing a shark by the tail and trying to wrestle it ashore. That's not an advisable activity, I would take it. And then we also saw that video earlier of the fellow who was in the kayak, and he was fishing, and the kayak got attacked by a shark. Here's what Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission says about sharks. It says, quote, "It is extremely unlikely for a person to be bitten by a shark in Florida waters, and bites are rarely life-threatening." As you point out, when people get in greater proximity to sharks in the summer season, the water warms up, there's more people in the water, you're probably going to have more shark encounters. But just how rare is what we've been seeing compared to the number of people who actually use the water?
It's a tiny fraction of the people that use the water. You have to consider the hundreds of millions of people that come to Florida to go to the beaches, to have activities in the water. These are very rare events, and they happen in close proximity because there's more people in the water this time of year. But this is no reason for people to avoid coming to Florida because your chances of getting bitten by a shark are really high. No, that's absolutely not the case. It's a fairly typical year, actually, and these 3 events are what we classify as provoked bites. But in general, we usually see perhaps another 20 or so bites over between now and August would be a fairly typical year. So it's not anything out of the ordinary.
Well, hopefully people will take steps to minimize the chance that there'll be one of those statistics. We're going to need a bigger boat for this one because there is a massive great white shark that is off the coast of South Carolina currently. It weighs some 1,200 pounds. It was nicknamed Ironbound because it was first tagged off of the coast of the West Ironbound Island in Nova Scotia. Last year it was in New Jersey. Now it's in South Carolina waters. Apparently it's traveled some 15,000 miles since it was tagged. A big fish like this, we don't believe it's hurt anybody yet, but should people be worried that it's cruising around off the coast of the Carolinas?
No, not at all. White sharks routinely, there's a sort of corridor where they move up and down the coast of the United States. They move down from Canada all the way down past Long Island, down through the Carolinas, down to Florida. and back up again. And 1,200 pounds is a good sized white shark, but they get twice that size. So it's probably a teenager, I'm guessing. And yeah, it's not unusual. It's actually pretty nice that we've got these sharks in the water. It suggests that there's food for them to feed, and the waters are reasonably healthy. So they're impressive anytime you see white sharks. They're large animals, and but there's nothing to be worried about.
Yes.
We have very few bites from white sharks on the East Coast.
You know, large animals, and to quote Monty Python, with big nasty teeth. So
that's right.
Best to stay away from those. Dr. Gavin Naylor, good to catch up with you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
I'm Steve Ducey. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.